I want to quote again from Norman Thomas, six-time U.S. presidential candidate for the Socialist Party of America, 1948, in an interview. The American people will never knowingly adopt socialism. But under the name of liberalism, they will adopt every fragment of the socialist program until one day America will be a socialist nation without knowing how it happened. Well, you know what's interesting? With talk radio today and shows like this, if it happens, you'll know exactly how it happened. And this phony, man-made climate change used to be called global warming as a pretext to seize enormous authority over your life will be really the final straw. I have a friend of mine, Brian Sussman. He's a local host on the great KSFO, my affiliate there. He's a good friend, really good guy, and he was a meteorologist. Are you there, Brian?
I'm there, Mark.
How are you, brother?
It's great to speak with you on the phone. We love your show out here, and of course, you are kicking Dr. Wiener's butt daily between 3 and 6.
Wiener Nation, and my guess is it's not kosher, but that's a whole other story. Now, Brian, from your area of expertise, and you really are an expert in this, am I about right in what I'm saying on this CO2 and so forth?
Absolutely. And for the EPA to regulate this as part of the Clean Air Act is ridiculous. CO2 is not a pollutant. It's a fertilizer, Mark, and it's such a small part of our atmosphere, 0.038% of the atmosphere. But it gets even better, Mark. If you look at what percentage carbon dioxide contributes to the greenhouse effect, it's only 2.33% of the entire greenhouse effect. And if you look at man's contribution to that 2.33% of the greenhouse effect, it's 0.117%. That's all we contribute to the greenhouse effect through our production of carbon dioxide, 0.117%. There is no issue here, and you're right on the mark.
So statistically, it's irrelevant.
It's such a minor part of the atmosphere, and our contribution to that CO2 component is so small that you really can't even measure it without the aid of a microscope.
And yet, look at what they want to do to this nation. Look at how many people are bamboozled. Look at how many drones are out there cheering this along. I mean, I've put out a Levin surge. I'm encouraging my listeners to call their members of Congress in the House, 202-224-312, and I don't care who their members are, and make it crystal clear to them that there are certain major issues that are coming to the fore as a result of Obama and Pelosi and Reid, and that if they vote in favor of these things, that we are going to actively work to defeat them and throw them the hell out of office this next election so we can contain the damage they're doing before it's too late. You agree with me?
I do, Mark. And when you look at the statistics, and I know you're all about facts, we are all about truth as conservatives. When you look at the numbers, since 1850, there has only been a 1 degree Fahrenheit increase in temperature. The vast majority of that came before 1940. Since 1998, there has been no warming, and in the last 18 to 24 months, there has been a definite cooling. There is no warming to make their case here, Mark.
And that's despite the Industrial Revolution, despite all the automobiles that have come and gone, despite all the smokestack industries, and yet they want to destroy those industries. They want to destroy, in particular, the coal industry, the nuclear industry even, that doesn't really give off any emissions per se. I mean, they really want to make us poor. Isn't that the bottom line?
I would agree with you. When they talk about alternative and renewable energy sources, for example, solar and wind, they're not for solar and wind. The environmentalists file lawsuits every time a new wind farm is proposed or a solar array is proposed. They hate nuclear. Nuclear is 100% pollution and carbon dioxide free. Coal is, of course, what Dr. Stephen Chu, Obama's Secretary of Energy, refers to as his, quote, worst nightmare. And you have a science advisor working for Barack Obama, John Holdren, who has said he would like to de-develop the United States and semi-develop the rest of the world through these cap-and-trade policies.
This is the ultimate redistribution of wealth by making us poor in the notion that the rest of the world will live better, isn't it?
You're hitting it out of the park on this one, Mark, and that's why your book, and you do devote a portion of your book to this very topic, is so right on, and that's why people need to be aware of what's happening. And you were right. I heard you earlier in the broadcast. This bill, this Waxman-Markey bill, is indeed the most treacherous bill to ever come before this Congress of the United States of America in its history, as you mentioned.
Well, Mr. Sussman, I want to encourage all the people in KSFO country to listen to you. I mean, you're just a terrific host, and it's been a pleasure to have you, my friend.
Mark, thank you very much.
All right, God bless you.